Broadcasting on Radio Star Worldwide. It's the Maverick Difference Radio Show with Paul Finck. When you want to step up and dare to be different. When you'll dare to be great and live to your fullest potential. When you are ready to dare to be a maverick and live the life of your dreams. Then it's time to listen to Paul Finck.
Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, whatever the case is for you, depending on where you are in the world that you are listening to this broadcast. This is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and you are listening to the Maverick Difference Radio Show. And I am here with my producer, Wendy. Say hi, Wendy.
Well, hello, everyone.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And it's a pleasure to have you here. And we are here, and this is really key. You're going to love this conversation, Wendy. We are talking about what it's going to take to create success. So some of the key components on what it takes to create that success for you, from advice from the millennium, some of the best people in the world, and from yours truly. So I've accumulated a few bits and pieces that I'm going to share with you today. How does that sound?
I think it sounds awesome. Looking forward to it.
So we're going to talk about that. And here's what else I found is that there are certain things that are conflicting. And that's where I get so much feedback from. It's like, oh, Paul, I've heard this, this, and this from these people. I've heard this, this, and this from these people. And they don't seem to create congruency in my life. I don't understand, like, am I supposed to do it what he said or what they said? They seem to be in conflict. How do you deal with all that? So I'm going to talk about some of the areas of conflict in advice that's out there and what it takes to create success and help clarify some of that as well. How does that sound?
Sounds wonderful.
Ever get conflicting advice?
All the time. Like, seriously, all the time. It's confusing.
And it is so frustrating because we hear and we believe that the people that are telling us, one, they believe in what they're saying. That's an obvious. And two, that it's trusted advice. We're getting it from people that we believe we're supposed to be listening to, don't we? So it's, people that we're supposed to be listening to. So this is key. How do you decide? Well, first off, I want to tell you, be careful about who you listen to. And this is really important. So often we want to get advice, and we get advice from our friends, our neighbors, our best buds. However, are they the best people to get advice from? Are they the people that we say, yes, that's who I want by my side? And most of the time it's not. Unfortunately, we're getting advice from people that are, well, we'll get relationship advice from the buddy that's been divorced 3 times. We'll get financial advice from people that have declared bankruptcy multiple times, or financial advice from people that never have been able to put 2 nickels together. We'll get nutritional advice from the couch potato sitting next to us. Hey, how do I get in shape? We'll decide that the best people to talk to for our next diet are the people that also are in need of, well, a little bit of dieting. All this is what most people do in their life. And I got to tell you, that's where most people go wrong. They go through this process of, oh, I'm collecting really good information. However, they're collecting it from the wrong place. So here's a couple key components. We want to get clear with where we're getting our advice from. So before I give you advice, let me make sure that you know that you should be listening to me and where to get advice from. You get advice from people that have already proven, keyword proven, that they're an expert or they have authority in the area in which you're asking advice of. Now, they don't have to have authority in everything. You want to ask nutritional advice from somebody. We'll make sure that they are physically fit, that they're healthy, that they look the part. They look like they have a healthy body. and they look like they've got a body that you would want to have, well, then you want to listen to them. They don't need to be financially well off to know how to advise you on nutrition. However, the person who you ask for advice from on nutrition had better be wealthy, had better have abundance in money. Or why would you ask, on finances? Why would you ask them on finances unless they were wealthy, unless they did have success in that avenue? So the litmus test is to make sure that whatever area of expertise that you're looking for, that the advice that you receive is from someone that is walking the talk, is actually doing what you want to do, is living the life that you want to live. Really key. So with that being said, am I living the life that you want to live? Well, some of you may not know. I've got 30 years experience as an entrepreneur. I've been able to get paid my own value every step of the way. I've been in sales, marketing. I've been in the medical industry, the dental industry. I've been in a speaker, information marketing. I'm a best-selling author, speaker on an international level at this point. I've created an abundance of happiness and success in my life for not just myself, but also my wife. We started dating over 30 years ago. My 6 children, that's right, 6 children, 3 sets of twins, and created an abundance for them. And for me, what I like to do with my money, what I like to spend my time on is vacations and really enjoying experiences. So, for instance, my wife, myself, my 6 children, and extended family all go on vacations together, and we end up going on vacations probably 5-6 times a year. Now, I got to tell you, start adding some of that up, and you'll start seeing the lifestyle that I have. I don't have to go to work. I hang out in my house every single day, other than when I'm traveling and training people all around the world. I've got clients all over the world, from coast to coast across the United States, Canada, Europe, South Africa. Travel all over to take care of them, and more importantly, to serve them, to create a life similar to what I have, to help them move to this arena where they get to call the shots, where they get to do what they want to do, where they get to live their life on their terms. And when we talk about abundance, that's really the key, where most people are going to live life on their terms. So am I the person to listen to create the success for you? Well, it's for you to judge. Start off with a psychology degree, which is where a ton of this information starts coming from, and controlling your mind. And then also went on and have become an expert in sales and marketing and leadership and some of the things that I train on all around the world. So am I the one to listen to? Now you get to judge. You get to decide, because if I'm not, if I haven't demonstrated that I'm living an abundant life, well, then don't listen to me on how to build that abundance. However, you're still here, you're still tuned in. Let's move forward on some key strategies that I've learned that really make the difference, and will make the difference in your life when you bring them on. Habits and mindsets, ways to approach life. I'm going to talk about a few that are really key that you must do to create that success. Some key advice that I've accumulated that have really made the difference. I'm also going to go into those conflicting components, a few things that absolutely you want to do this and you want to do that, and get some congruence around those two. And we're going to talk about that. So let's get right into it. The first thing you've got to do, and this is where most people go, aha, wow. You must hang out with the right people. More importantly, the people that are going to be effective for you in moving forward. So who are the people that are going to be effective for you in moving forward? There's an expression, you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. You're the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So what that means is the people around you will influence who you are, how you act, how you think, and what you do. You're hanging out with people that watch TV all day. Chances are you are going to watch TV today. You're hanging out with people that love to go out to eat. Chances are you're going to go out to eat. You love people who like to go to eat sushi tonight. You're going to be eating sushi tonight. You're hanging out with people that tend to go for pizza and beer. Chances are you're going to have pizza and beer tonight. It's one of those components. And well, that also means that when you're someone that wants to be joyous and happy in life, who are you hanging out with? You're hanging out with grumpy people. You're hanging out with people that, well, they hate their day. They hate their existence. You too are going to hate your day and hate your existence because you're going to be hearing this all day long in your head, and it's going to affect you. Even when you don't want it to, you're going to begin to play that one-upsman game. Have you ever seen that? Oh, man, I had such a hard morning today. Traffic was horrendous, and it was and there was an accident, and got me stopped and stuck, and my windshield wiper didn't work, and it was raining out. And then you respond by going, oh, you think your trip into work was hard. You should hear mine. And you go down that road. It's so easy to do. How do you protect yourself from being grumpy, nasty, unmotivated? Hang out with people that are joyous, that are happy, that are grateful for everything that they have, and take action every single day to move them forward on their dreams. And you too will do the same thing. All of these components make the process so important. Hang out with the right people. Hang out with the people that are going to be effective in your life, effective in moving you forward. So what does that mean? You want to hang out with, and this is really key, is you want to hang out with people that are like the person you want to be versus the person you currently are. You want to change, you want to shift, you want to create a new life for yourself. Look for the people that have the life you want to live and go hang out with them. You want to avoid being the person that you've been. You got to stop hanging out with the people you've been hanging out with, because they will keep you in the bucket like crabs pulling you down. They will keep you stopped and stuck in that place. Make sure that you are absolutely moving to another level by shifting your environment to be hanging out with those people. I was saying this to a coaching client of mine recently, and they wanted more details. They wanted more understanding of what I meant. How do you find these people? Well, I find that I go to seminars, I go to trainings, I go to networking events. I go to places where there's a lot of high energy and where there are people that are thinking in the same way that I am, people that are doing the same things that I'm doing. And so what do? I make sure to go to one of those events every single month. I put it in my calendar. When there's a month where I don't see myself going to networking events, I make sure of it. I go out of my way. Minimum one a month. You want to do this right? Go to one a week. Constantly be in an environment where you are masterminding, you are connecting, you are part of that environment all the time. Now I'm going to go one step further for all of you. You go to a networking event, and here's what normally happens. People tend to flock together. People who are the same tend to flock with other people that are the same. Birds of a feather flock together. So what does that look like? You go into a seminar, you go into a networking club, a networking event. You'll tend to gravitate to the people that are just like you, social economically, success-wise. I see it all the time. I'll be the speaker up on stage, and we'll take a break. I won't have said, don't bother me. I won't have said any of those components, any of those phrases. And I got to tell you, most of the time, I don't get talked to. There'll be an event where I'm a guest speaker. I'm the keynote speaker for the event. And I'll have people avoiding me rather than running up and grabbing my attention, even when it's obvious I'm free. Why are they doing that? Most of the time I hear the answer as I survey people. I hear the answer that they're intimidated, that they don't know what to say. They don't know how to approach the key speaker or the person that's the most influential in the room, or the person that's obviously one of the smarter ones in the room, the person who's got the leadership, the influence, all those components. They don't know how to approach them, and so they don't, and they avoid it. And they hang out with the people. Well, it's easy. I just talked to this guy. He's in the same place I am. Broke and stupid. That's the challenge. If you want to shift out of your environment, you want to shift out of where you're at, stretch yourself, you go to any room, any networking event, any environment where there's a bunch of people in there, look for the leader, look for the smartest one in the room, look for the most powerful person in the room, be right next to that person at all times. Period. Everybody else in the room can go away. You connect with one powerful person every time you go in the networking event, one influencer, one really smart person in the room that's the smarter than you and one of the smartest people in the room. That's where you spend your time. That's where you network. That's where you connect. When we talk about you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most, imagine what will happen when you're always hanging out with the smartest person, the most influential person, the most powerful person in the room, the one who's got the most success in the room. That's it. You find that one person, connect. You spend the time, you just rub shoulders, you are in their presence. It'll change you forever. It's exactly what I did when I was in my transition years, if you will, from the person I used to be 10, 12, 15 years ago to the person I am now. That shift happened because I hung out with millionaires. I hung out with billionaires. I hung out with people that I had no business being in their presence, and somehow, some way, I positioned myself to be there and just hang, observe, watch, be next to them, rub shoulders with them all the time. It'll change your life. That was just number one, MVP, and I spent some time on that because I know how important it is. In addition to that, the next thing that you want to be talking about, that you want to be bringing into your head, that you want to be living every single day, you want success, create your environment, create your life to be a no excuse zone. That's right, a no excuse zone. There are no excuses for being half, for being less than, for not living up to your fullest potential, to not living like at a level 10 24/7. There is no excuse. Period. Make your environment, your office structure, your home structure, every place you are, every community that you're in, broadcast it. This is a no excuse zone. What that means is you come in with excuses, realize I will shut you down. I will walk away. I'm not here to hear your excuses. I'm here to help you. I'm here to move us. I'm here to inspire us. I'm here to work with you. I don't need excuses, and neither do you. Most people never want to hear them in the first place, so why would you share them? Just take the bull by the horn. What that means is 100% responsibility for your actions. You haven't gotten it done, say, oops. Say, I made a mistake. I'm going to correct it now. Don't start with the laundry list of why you made a mistake. We don't want to hear it. We don't care. And neither do you, or neither should you. You want to create great success. Learn to move past the why something happened in the past and move into how to change that in the future. That's the powerhouse question. So number 2 is live in a no excuse zone from this day forward, from this moment forward. 100% responsibility. The buck stops here. That makes sense? This next one I love. This next one I love because it is from one of the richest people in the world, Warren Buffett. It is what he advises people to do, what he brought to the table. Have I gotten your attention? This is how to create success in your life. Warren Buffett says, simply make a list of the top 25 things you want to accomplish in your life. That's it. Top 25 things you want to accomplish in your life, make that list. Oh, we're not done yet. Now you want to go back to that list, top 25, and pick out the top 5 out of that list. Create a priority of the top 5 out of the 25. Here's the top 5 that you want to accomplish in your life. Here's the tough part. Warren Buffett says, eliminate the other 20. You put together a list of the top 25. You then took the top 5 out of that list. Eliminate the other 20 and focus entirely for the rest of your life on accomplishing those top 5. You will eliminate your distractions, get highly laser focused, and actually have a chance of accomplishing those top 5. You want to get done on creating those top 5, putting them into perfection mode and achieving that highest level in those top 5. We give you permission to then go back to your list if you would so like. Only I will tell you that spending your life to create high achievement, perfection in those top 5 will fill you up with all that you need in your life. Work on that. Top 5. Create your list today, and let's get busy and focused. Along those same lines, and number 4 on this list, top 25 is your focus, your absolute high achievement, high big rocks in your life, what you want to accomplish in your life. However, there's all the little things that we do in our day, in our world, our projects. Maybe it's pieces of the pie on how to move forward, how to create the achievement in those big rocks. What I want you to do, and this is magic, absolutely magic, create a list. Create a list of your top 10 ideas. Top 10 ideas. Do you realize that most people think, oh man, I've got $1 million idea. Do you know that you're human and you have a basic understanding of thinking, and you're able to think basic thoughts every single day? You probably have dozens of $1 million ideas every single day, most of which you don't even think about, you don't bring focus on, and all of them, for most of you, all of them you have not put into practice. You haven't applied any effort towards them. So let's begin to capture those $1 million ideas at the very least. Take 10 ideas, just create a list that every day you write down 10 new ideas on things to do, what you want to accomplish, where you want to go, how you're going to get there. Maybe it's, an idea on how to comb your hair differently tomorrow. Maybe it's an idea on a new way to tie your shoe. 10 new ideas every single day. From that brainstorming every day of 10 new ideas, you create a magnitude of ideas that you want to implement, and then a magnitude of results when you do. It is amazing how many great ideas we have every single day. There's $1 million ideas flowing through your brain every day. $1 million ideas that'll create that abundance for you. Let's capture them. Let's make them real. Let's put them into some form of practice right now to grab hold of them. Then we can go back and spend some time and energy in creating a game plan, a step-by-step process to implement them and put them into practice, to create some energy around them. Most of you know that I'm a coach, I'm a trainer and speaker, and I help people, I coach people on how to take, those lists, if you will, your top 5 major ideas you want in your life, those top 5 major achievements you want to create in your existence that Warren Buffett talks about. How to take all those other ideas that you have flowing through your head every single day and actually apply them into your life. Create some magnitude so you can create the life of your dreams. It's what I do every day for people all around the world. Absolutely, I want you to be a part of that as well. One of the first steps is go to themaverickdifference.com. It's a free download. It's a great book I wrote all about how to double your income in less time, double your income by working less. Some of the key components that will really increase the magnitude of your results. Go grab hold of that book. It's a free download for you. Grab that. Absolutely powerful. Go to themaverickdifference.com and you will be able to grab hold of that. In the meantime, I've got some other components. I've got some other key lessons that I want to give you. And right after this break, I want to go into, those conflicting advice that you might hear, both of which, and these are keys. I'm going to go through 4 conflicting components where both sides are right. And now we're talking really major conflicts. Both sides are right, and how to really grab hold and apply it into your new design of being a abundant creator, doing it the Maverick way, which is what I'm talking about as the Maverick Millionaire. Absolutely, what it's going to take in those conflicts and how to create resolution around them in your life. We're going to do that right after this. Absolute pleasure. This is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and this is the Maverick Difference Radio Show. Right after this.
This is the Maverick Difference Radio Show with Paul Finck. We'll be back right after this. Are you looking for access to a coach to move your business forward? Do you want to take advantage of over 30 years of business experience? And are you looking to connect with other successful business owners? Join Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, in the Maverick membership. Connect with community on a deeper level and learn how to do it different to get different results. Take advantage of monthly access to Paul Finck. Connect with hundreds of other entrepreneurs on a monthly basis. Receive daily inspiration to keep you on task. And have access to Paul's extensive archives of Do It Different trainings. These trainings are live each week, and only Paul's Mavericks will have access to the recordings. We'll even show you how the membership can pay for itself by simply recommending us to others. Come join us and let's make a difference in your business and your life. Visit maverickmembership.com to join. That's maverickmembership.com. See you there. Do you want to double your income in 2017? Is your business stuck at the same level for the past year, 2 years, or longer? Have you decided that this is the year to explode your results? For over 30 years, Paul Finck has taught business owners and entrepreneurs just like you exactly that. Now let him show you what works and, more importantly, what doesn't work. Spend 3 days at the Maverick Selling Business Builder Bootcamp with Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire. You will learn your path to double or even triple your income and create more abundance in every area of your life. Are you ready to take action and create your dream life? Visit paulsevents.com to claim your discounted ticket. paulsevents.com. They're selling out fast, and you can't afford to miss this. Make 2017 your year. Attend this event, and he'll show you what you've been missing. Go to paulsevents.com now. You're listening to Paul Finck and the Maverick Difference Radio Show. Now, here's Paul.
Welcome back. Thank you so much. Absolutely. We are here. This is the Maverick Difference Radio Show. I am the Maverick Millionaire. This is Paul Finck, and we are talking about what it takes to create success. What it takes to create success the Maverick way, as an entrepreneur, as a business person, as a solopreneur, as building a megaton of abundance into your life and creating the life of your dreams. That is what we talk about here each and every week at the Maverick Difference Radio Show. And I want to talk about some of those components that I hear advice, and I hear it from this birdie over here, and then I hear it from this birdie over here, and they sound conflicting. And then I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go with it. I don't know how to implement it into my life. And the feedback is that most of you don't either. So let's get clear with what it looks like. So number one, this I hear all the time. So we're talking about time management, and we've got to learn just say no. Just say no. And it's a message that I hear, and rightfully so, from entrepreneurs, from highly successful business people. And they say, well, I've gotten to where I am by eliminating the garbage in my life, by really streamlining what I do every day, by doing, like I said earlier in this hour, Warren Buffett's top 25, focus on just the top 5, eliminate the other 20. Say no to those distractions, say no to those other less than desirable outcomes in your life. Focus on just the very top of the pyramid as to what you want to accomplish. That's how you streamline your time, streamline your energy, apply resources appropriately. And that all makes sense. And it's absolutely true. You've got to do that. You've got to learn to discern from the garbage that's out there, from the time wasters that are out there, from the people that are going to distract you to bring you down the road. You're either moving towards your goal or you're moving away from your goal. You've got to be moving towards your goal every day to actually reach it and achieve it. And so saying no is a really great methodology, learning to discern what's good, what's bad, what's going to be effective, what's not going to be effective, and eliminate those things that aren't effective in your life. That takes saying no and holding a really firm line to it. I also know that saying yes is so powerful in your life. There was a great book, great movie by Jim Carrey, Yes Man. Yes Man was all about this guy who went to a seminar, of all things, went to a seminar and was told by the seminar speaker, go out there and say yes. You will always achieve more when you say yes than when you say no. Makes sense. So he went out there and he said yes every single moment of every day to everything. And so he ended up doing everything simultaneously, meaning he learned how to make sushi. He went to learn how to ride a motorcycle. He went to learn how to speak a foreign language. He said yes to a mail order bride. He said yes to dating somebody else. He's all simultaneous. All of these things he was saying yes over and over and over and over and over again. All great. Because he did change his life, because he did learn those things, because he was active and totally focused in on what he wanted to do every single day. He was creating new magnitude, learning new things, achieving more and more every day. And he then learned he had to discern. He couldn't fit it all in. He had to begin to make decisions, this or this, this or this. However, the no is real important because you need to discern. The yes is real important because you need to stretch yourself. All too often, I see people thinking and contemplating and getting in their head. An opportunity comes up, an option comes up to them, and they get into their head and they begin to weigh these things out. Well, should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? All that weighing out, all that due diligence, if you will, all that thought process becomes a waste of time in its own right. You're wasting time considering if you should say yes or if you should say no. Simply say yes consistently. I've learned saying yes will always get me more, and saying yes will get me past my fears, my blocks, my baggage in my life. It'll get me to create more, to do more. The stretches in my life that I normally would be, no, I'm afraid. Just say yes, figure it out later. So how do you know when to say no and when to say yes? Here's how I advise people when they're first getting started. Say yes to everything. Say yes to everything until you know it's a no. Say yes to everything until you know that's not what you want in your life. It's kind of like going to a buffet. You go to a buffet, how do you know what to eat? Assume you've never been to a buffet before and none of that food looks familiar. How do you know what's good, what's bad, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to bring into your life in abundance and what you don't want to bring into your life? You take a sampling and you sample everything. So you say yes to everything. A little bit at a time, you say yes to everything on the buffet. Then you go back and you have a little bit more of the things you really like, of the things that you want more in your life. You go back and do those more readily. For most people, they don't sample the buffet, and so they get stuck and they get stopped somewhere in their teenage years, and oftentimes in their younger single-digit years of their life. They decide that that's what they like and what they don't like, and they never change from that point forward. They never stretch themselves. What a shame. Absolutely say yes to more in your life. And then learn to discern, and then you can start saying no. Learn to say yes more. The no will come down the road. When you absolutely have filled up your life with everything that you want, then you'll learn how to say no to some of the things to discern to get that point to that pyramid tighter and tighter. Does that make sense? This is how you do it. So yes, say no, and say yes. Learn to create both into your life. And that's where the magnitude for highly successful people comes from. They'll jump, they'll take the leap of faith to grab hold of opportunities that come forward in their life. That's how they're able to take fast action and create fast decisions, because they've learned to say yes first. Then when they learn what they like and what they don't like, they can eliminate things and learn to say no along the way. Number 2, this is key, and these are 4 different components on what I've heard conflicting advice from. The second one is do it right. Absolutely. Spending the time to make it work, to do it right, to touch it once. For time management often teaches you have a piece of paper, touch it once, meaning take care of it right the first time so you don't have to go back and take care of it over and over and over again. Get the job done right the first time. Don't take the easy road. Don't take the shortcut. Get it done by doing it right the first time. Makes sense. Then people tell me, make mistakes. You absolutely need to make mistakes. Be free to make mistakes, and that's where success lies. There's nobody I know who has not made a mistake that has created abundance of success in their life. So make more mistakes. So now what do? They say, Ashley, do it right. Then they say, make mistakes. I'm like, I could screw it up all the time. Wouldn't that be the best thing to do to create success? Well, let's not get nutty about this. Here's how to discern those 2 conflicting pieces of advice. You want to do it right whenever possible, whenever time allows. You want to absolutely move forward with doing it at the highest and best possible way it can be done the first time you do it. To absolutely honor what you do and respect who you are to the point where you want to deliver the best of the best every time you deliver. And be willing to make mistakes. Be willing to go the distance where time doesn't allow, where, listen, I've got to get this done. I've got to get this out. I've got to move forward. Be willing that there's a mistake in it. Be willing that you move forward with the possibility that you could make a mistake, with the possibility that mistakes are going to happen, and you are extremely comfortable in living with those mistakes that you make. See, most people that aren't successful, they're afraid to make mistakes. They won't make mistakes because then they say, well, what if I make that mistake? Then I'll be ridiculed. I'll be made fun of. I'll lose money. I'll lose time. I'll lose resources. And you'll be one step closer to creating a better way. All the successes I have had have come from making the mistakes and then adjusting and correcting, from making the errors in what I've done in the past and then adjusting and correcting to create a magnitude of greatness in the future. All the success I've had has come from being in that place where I've made mistakes, and it drove me to a better place. It drove me to want more, to accomplish more, to do more. So absolutely, you want to do it right without the fear of making a mistake. And that's really the differentiation. It's the fear of making a mistake that causes you to end up in analysis paralysis, causes you to end up working on something so long that by the time you finish making it perfect, it's too late to even bring it to market, to accomplish anything in your life, to be effective. So be aware. You want to get things done to the highest and best possible level. Get things done to the highest and best possible level you can without wasting the time. Because the action, even when it's substandard, is better than no action at all most of the time. Get into action mode and create. So how do you discern? Do it as best you can, given the resources you have, both time, money, and energy at that moment, and move on, being okay with mistakes happening. And without beating yourself up later, without any ramifications negative on your psyche later on, because mistakes are part of the journey. Get used to it. Number 3. These are 4 different components on conflicting information I've heard. Focus on the here and now. This is really important to success. I see people focused on their dream, their vision oftentimes. This is one of the ways it comes up. They're focused on their dream and their vision. So this big picture, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road, this is where I'm going to be. Massive abundance, and all their energy is focused on what is going to help them achieve in 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. Wait a second. What about today? What about the here and now, right now? So that's real important, and people I know have 2 different goals. At least they should have 2 different goals. Short-term and long-term. Their long-term goals is those dreams and visions. The short-term goals are those, well, paying for the bills this month, putting food on my table, being able to make sure that my car is drivable to get to where I want to go to achieve success. All these are core, basic of here and now. Paying attention to the people that are in front of you rather than thinking of who you're going to talk to tomorrow. The here and now. Very important. Think about how you're going to put food on the table, how you're going to create the income you want this month, not just what you're going to create in 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So the here and now is real important. Focused on short-term goals as well as your long-term, but absolutely the here and now, focused on short-term, and be completely present. You want a joyful life, be completely present every single day. And there's another side of the coin. You heard me talk about short-term, long-term. You want short-term goals focused in on, you also want long-term. It doesn't mean in exclusivity. Be in the here and now, be completely present with a plan, a connection to the future, a connection to your dream life. One of the ways that shows up is to plant seeds. Plant seeds. Planting seeds today is what grows your fruits for tomorrow. Planting seeds today is what develops into that great life for you down the road. So planting seeds every single day. You want to plant a seed, make a new connection, start writing that book that'll come out next year. Begin to put it out there that you're a speaker, a trainer, a coach, and to get on stage. Whatever the case may be, planting seeds of connections, of possibilities. In the here and now, you plant the seed, and the seed is what connects to the future. The seed is what brings you to that vision, that dream that you have down the road of peace. So although they sound conflicting, they absolutely work in congruence where you can be and should be absolutely for success. Here and now, being completely present with the understanding that what you do today should be connected to. You want to get there, you need it to be connected to your future. You plant seeds, you make connections, you create plans today for what's going to create that future for you. And number four in this list is, people say, don't be in a rush. Absolutely agree. You know, the whole concept of get rich quick scheme, usually the people that you see that get rich quick are the ones that have been working on it for decades. Get rich quick scheme. I'm a get rich quick scheme. I'm a overnight success. I've been doing this now for 10, 11 years. Overnight success, bam, right there. Absolutely realize that this journey is a journey that your road to high levels of success is going to take time, step by step. Now, you might get to what you now consider success really quickly. And then you'll begin to realize that you want higher levels, that you can see yourself at higher levels, that higher levels are achievable, and begin to move forward towards that. So absolutely understand this is a process. It's a journey. It's not an event. Your life isn't an event. And with that, take your time. Be patient. It will all come. However, the conflicting advice that you also will get is, man, you better put a fire under your ass and you better get moving forward because, man, life's ticking by. Life is too short. You'd better be in a rush. You'd better create urgency in your life. You'd better get up off your ass, create that bonfire under your butt to move. Because if you do not, you will end up stuck and stopped where you are for the rest of your life. So yes, don't be in a rush. Yes, understand that it's a journey. Don't get impatient with the process. However, every day, understand you getting up, getting out, and getting moving, you moving forward towards your dream and doing something today that it's going to connect you even more profoundly to that dream life is what's important to get you there. It's that urgency in life that creates the difference for you, for your business, for your success, for your abundance, for your family, your community, your society. Don't waste another second. Get out there and make it happen. That fire under your butt is so important to create that abundance. So I've talked about 4 different components of how to create success, what you need to do to bring things into your life more profoundly and to create yourself to a new level. I've talked about 4 additional pieces of conflicting advice and both sides of the equation. Now, both are important into your life and how to find a semblance of order with that incongruency that you might see at first glance. And I've talked about how I want you to be by my side. You like all this. You like what we've been doing. You like what I've been saying. I want you to spend more time. You want to hang out with the 5 people. You want to be like the 5 people you hang out with the most. Start hanging out with people like me. And I don't say that to be braggadocious and to just pat myself on the back. I say it because I know that when we hang out together, magic will happen. So come hang out. Come spend time. You've liked anything I've said during this hour. Let's spend a little more time together. One way to do it, go to themaverickdifference.com. Themaverickdifference.com. Get my book. Get some additional information. You'll have a chance to punch in your email there. That way we can stay connected even more profoundly. You want to hang out and be a coach with me. You want to come to events with me. All of this is great, great stuff because I want you to have the level of success that you're looking for. I want you to have that dream life that you so want to create. And I know we all can do it, especially when we come and hang out together, when we spend more time together. So absolutely make that happen. Absolutely see what we can do to create that. Anything that I can do, reach out to me. There's 1,000 different ways to find me. Just Google me, Paul Finck. That's PaulFinck. Google me and you'll find me everywhere on the internet. And this is Paul Finck. This is the Maverick Difference Radio Show and the Maverick Millionaire brand. Look forward to seeing you again, guys. Talk to you soon. Enjoy.
Thanks for listening to Paul Finck and the Maverick Difference Radio Show. You can listen to Paul live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern and anytime 24/7 on RadiostarWorldwide.com.